It's no secret that Toronto is one of the best cities in Canada, but it's also just recently been ranked number 23 best city in the world, putting it at the top echelon for the country. But have you ever wondered what are some of the best areas in the city and how much it costs to live in those areas? Well, I did that work for you with the help of Toronto Life's top 10 ranking for different areas of the city. And I went ahead and picked out some of the pricing when it comes to condos, townhouses, and houses. I'm Michael Ouzas. I'm a realtor in Toronto. If you're ever curious on more specific details of those areas, you're welcome to book in a call with me in the first link in the description down below. When it comes to the city of Toronto, you definitely have plenty of choice when it comes to areas to live in the city. And this list from Toronto Life covers the top 158 neighborhoods in all of Toronto. And you can go to their website to get more of a breakdown on each of these areas. And we're also going to discuss how they decided to come up with the rankings. While we're going through this video, drop comments down below on what you think of specific areas and which area you would put as number one in the city. You can head over to torontolife.com and take a look at these rankings one by one if you want more details, but this is pretty awesome how they break these down. They typically run these every 5 years, but most importantly, let's see how they came up with how they rank these areas. They basically score each neighborhood out of 100, and the criteria is this: housing 15%, so they compare affordability, cost versus income, average primary real estate value and rate of homeownership, community 12%, safety 12%, shopping 10%, diversity 9%, education 9%, health 9%, employment, entertainment, and transit. One thing that I do appreciate about these rankings is that they actually took the time to measure different aspects when it comes to community in those areas. Sometimes you get rankings that may not have all those factors come into play. So I do think this is a great starting point when it comes to ranking different areas within the city. In this video, we'll go through numbers 10 through 6 and follow up with another video to go through numbers 5 through 1. Coming in at number 10, Trinity Bellwoods with a score of 87.8. Trinity Bellwoods is a great area because it has, number one, maybe one of the best parks in the city, and number two, Ossington Avenue with tons of restaurants, cafes, and going north and south of Trinity Bellwoods also has tons of restaurants and cafes. It's a great area, lots of amenities, a great place to live, and beautiful homes with that old Victorian style, and also some pretty cool trendy condo lofts as well. So taking a look at the benchmark price when it comes to Trinity Bellwoods, a single family detached home coming in around $1.8 million. And this is the average price as of December 2023. So rounding out the last year or so, this chart starts in January. And then for semi-detached, you're looking at about just over 1.3. And for townhouses, again, in that 1.3 range. Condos coming in around 881. And keep in mind, these are benchmark prices. So it does give a bit of a mix on either entry-level condos, the bigger condos, for example, or an entry-level townhouse and a bigger size townhouse. A bit of a mix when it comes to pricing in the Trinity Bellwoods area. Number 9 on the list, Palmerston, Little Italy, and this comes in at a score of 88.1. This is between Bloor West to the north and College to the south. It's a great area, and if you love Italian food, an amazing place to eat, this is definitely it. There's tons of cafes as well, and most of these areas actually have really good amenities in and around the areas. It's very transit friendly with the subway right on Bloor, along with streetcars and buses. And the new Mirvish Village, which has plenty more amenities and new condo buildings, is a great spot as well. So you have a really good mix of condos and beautiful Victorian style homes in this area as well. For pricing in Palmerston, Little Italy, I did not see any townhouses come in on the benchmark pricings. We have single family detached, semi-detached, and condos in this area. For single family detached, looking at about 1.7 for a detached property, semi-detached in around that 1.4 range, and condos coming in just under 800,000, around 779 or so. Coming in at number 8, Bay Clover Hill with a score of 88.6. This is home to the University of Toronto. You have plenty of hospitals. You have Queen's Park, Mount Sinai, which are all world renowned, and you're right on that subway line at University, and you can also walk over to Yonge's. Plenty of transit in this area. You'll find more condos than houses typically, and those buildings are quite sizable, and there's plenty of them in the area. You're also close to Yonge Street, and every amenity you could imagine is within walking distance for this area. You definitely don't need a car living here, and getting up and down University these days might pose a bit of a challenge, so that's actually a good thing. thing if you're living in this area. As mentioned for Bay and Clover Hill, you do not find many houses when it comes to properties. You typically find townhouses and condos in the area. This chart shows that townhouses coming in around 1.3 million and for condos anywhere around that 850,000 mark. And also keep in mind with condos, there's a wide range in this area as you do start entering Yorkville, and those prices are typically a little bit higher. There are also entry-level condos much lower than this price point. So just something to keep in mind when you're looking at these benchmark prices. Coming in at number 7, Cabbagetown, South St. Jamestown. This area has a ranking of 88.7 and has the highest concentration of perfectly preserved Victorian-style houses in North America. This is the city's designated heritage district, and as you can imagine, these homes do not come on the cheap side. If you're looking to purchase a home in this area, you also have to typically abide by some of the heritage rules when it comes to any type of renovations you're planning on doing. The neighborhood loses points in a couple of categories, but scores the best among schools, shopping, and transit for the city of Toronto. Take a look at Cabbagetown, South St. Jamestown. We are seeing a mix of pricing anywhere from detached homes in and around that $2.5 million mark to semi-detached at around 1.7. If you're looking at townhouses and condos in the area, townhouses coming in around 730,000 and condos in and around that 630,000 mark. This is a great area for entry-level condos and some really cool lofts as well. Number 6 at Yonge and Doris, this comes in at a score of 88.9, which is quite high and anchored between Shepherd and Finch subway stations. Yonge and Doris is emerging as one of the city's hottest neighborhoods for real estate. This neighborhood has relatively affordable real estate, and you're only about a 15 to 20 minute commute downtown on the subway. And there's even the new GO station up in that area, which can get you downtown relatively quicker than just taking the subway alone. And it's a pretty popular area when it comes to young professionals and students. When it comes to Yonge and Doris, we're looking in the Don Valley Village area when it comes to benchmark pricing. And this is where it's pretty consistent going through all the price points. Condos coming in here around 600,000, townhouses around 800,000, semi-detached just under 1.2, and houses single family detached looking around 1.55 million. And this is just the benchmark pricing averages, of course. Those are numbers 10 through 6 for the top 10 neighborhoods in the city of Toronto out of 158. And make sure to hit that subscribe button for numbers 5 through 1 coming out very soon. I'm Michael Ouzas. Thanks for watching.